Good morning. Sunday morning. No pressure to start the fire in the wood stove too early, but I have a customer who requested that I do a video on the procedure to start the fire, and I have cleaned out the stove, removed all of the ash, which does nothing for you, and have prepared an assortment of finely split pieces of very dry wood. Some of this is from an old wooden pallet. Some of these pieces are from woodworking projects. Crumpled up a bunch of the local newspaper and put it in the front of the stove because primarily the air comes from the front of the stove. And I'm going to place these pieces right in the center, sort of back and forth, so there's plenty of airspace between them. Then I take some of the pieces from the wood pile that have been fairly finely split, set those on there. So we're going from extremely volatile papers to extremely volatile little pieces of kindling. Pine is fine, cedar's great. These really shaggy pieces the splitter sometimes does, those are great. That gives you some increased surface area. And I'm going to find one more piece here to set on top. I don't completely fill the stove. I plan on coming back in a few minutes once the fire's going. And basically, you're ready to go. The draft in the door, open that all the way. Strike the match. Light it in 2 or 3 places. Now we're supposed to get a mix of wintry precipitation here today, starting with snow, sleet, rain, freezing rain, 60-mile-an-hour winds. So I want to get the fire going early so that it establishes a very strong draft. And now that it's going, we'll zoom in a little bit. You can see the smoke in there. Alright, I'm going to carefully pick up the camera and tripod so that it can get a closer view of it. Zoom out just a little bit because you want to be able to also see the flames inside the bars of the draft. And we'll just watch it for a couple of minutes. The logs are settling as the paper begins to burn. I know many of you are tempted to use those fire starter, special cedar pieces, things like that. Those work. Just try to avoid using liquids. Gasoline, obviously. A lot of people use used fuel oil, things like that. I have to recommend that you do this safely, obviously. This is the 36-inch wildfire elm, and surprisingly, I cleaned it all out. I cleaned all the ash out. The last time I had put wood in this stove was, late morning yesterday. And I was getting my coffee in the kitchen looking over at the chimney on the roof of the workshop, and I saw a little wisp of smoke still coming out. The beauty of this stove is that being 36 inches deep, you can often find hot coals in there in the morning after as much as, it was like 20 hours ago that the last pieces of wood were loaded. Bigger is better. And you can start to see some fairly good flames in there. They're not right in the very front, but they will work their way toward the front. Because of the way the draft is engineered on this stove, the air is actually blowing at the fire. Assuming you have a reasonably good draft in your chimney, that's what will happen. And at some point the flames will start coming toward the window because of the way about 50% of the air that enters is deflected and comes up past the window. The flames will keep the window clean. I could open it up and add some more pieces of wood now, but I'd rather just let it go and establish itself and get a little bit hotter, let the draft get a little bit stronger. Wait a few minutes and then come back and add another 2-3 pieces of small pieces. The same customer asked that I do another video on banking the stove for the night. And basically at that point the stove will have been going for the day, and the bottom of it will have a significant bed of very hot red coals. And the procedure is quite simple. Take a shovel, a poker, a rake, any sort of tool that will allow you to drag those forward toward the door, mound them up, and then in that case I add larger pieces of wood, because if you want them to burn a long period of time through the night, you want to have a reduced amount of surface area. And what that does is allow the wood to burn longer. You pack the pieces tight together, basically from bottom to top, just fill it up. Leave the draft open for a few minutes to let the fire get established, much like this is. Okay, a brief overview of starting a fire in an elm stove. As I had said in the beginning, I took out all of the dead gray ash, added crumbled newspapers, pieces of fine kindling, small pieces of firewood, touched off the match, let it burn for 10 minutes, came back and added a couple, 3 more pieces, and I have a very good fire established. Today is Sunday, December 12th, 2010. Have a great day.